I'm not sure why I haven't played Animar yet, but I thought it was time. It's quite a decent deck. It's been showing up in the 5.0 list a few times lately, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. It is very centrally focused on its commander, but it still can kind of get around that. It's harder than with like Selvala or Nissa that can, largely play without their commander at all if there's just removal heavy or counterspell heavy format. Um, Animar not so much, but it's still like quite good. And if if you untap with Animar, you can do a lot. Animar at its heart is a combo deck. One of the principal combos is Ancestral Statue, used to make it Animar infinitely large. You can also use like Shrieking Drake, Dreamstalker, or Mana War. They cost 1 blue if you've got enough counters on Animar. And so for every blue, you can make Animar that much larger. And a lot of times, his pro white or pro black, you can just go right through whatever their blockers are and kill them in one turn. Um, and Venser does the same thing, but it's probably better off used on other things like your opponent's permanents and stuff like that. You can also just, play a bunch of creatures with a Purpurose in play. You can stifle people's mana with Magus of the Moon. And yeah, and so, or you can also just cast really large Eldrazi, or a Maelstrom Wanderer, or a Craterhoof Behemoth, etc. So it's a really interesting deck. It's a lot of fun. One thing to be careful of: there is a lot of red in the format right now. I think either red or black are like the secondary most played colors right now. It's hard to say, but red's definitely up there in the color. So you want to get Animar to 4 or 5 toughness as soon as possible to get him out of the way of red removal, or maybe play things before him that can eat up your red removal. Sylvan Safekeeper is another nice one. So it's important to remember that he's not perfectly safe. You can blue bounce, and there's also like a few green removal spells like Lignify and Song of the Dryads and whatnot. But for the most part, you don't have to worry about white or black removal. You do kind of have to worry about edict effects sometimes, but usually you have other creatures in play. It's not hard to have other creatures in play. And then there is the red removal you have to be aware of. So. All right, let's take this deck to some matches and see how it does. So we got match 1. We're on the draw against Nissa. We got some slower ramp, but so then return to the battlefield, transporter under its owner's control. Ooh, exploration. That's not great. So Gilded Draking a Nissa isn't exactly a great plan. Alright, he's also got a crop rotation. So probably in a lot of trouble here. Unless he gets Cavernous Souls. Don't actually have counterspells in this deck. Ancient Tomb. Yeah, that's what I was worried about. So it's turn 1 and we're already way behind. Nissa decks can do that sometimes. It's a pretty great draw. He's down to 4 cards at least. Sometimes they just don't draw what they need. Then you can play Nissa and play another land. Oh, 3 visits first. And then you can play Nissa and play another. Jeez. What do you do against this? I mean, our commander generates a ton of mana, but it's much slower than this. So let's... I guess it doesn't matter if we get wastelanded or whatnot. We're still going to end up pretty bad off. So let's just go ahead and wall of roots here off the... I hope we're not getting land deathed. I guess we can... You know, actually we wanted the taiga in play instead of the forest. Because if he kills one of our lands... Gaia's Touch. Been seeing this lately. Alright. So... I guess all we can do here is just play Animar and hope he doesn't have a way to kill it. There are a few ways. He's probably flipping Nissa. We don't have anything we can do here. Actually, he might not flip Nissa. He's at 5 lands. Oh man, he needs a lot of mana for something. Nothing good could happen here. Oh geez, this is Ulamog. Are we just dead? I mean, we can trade him for the Ulamog. It's not great for us. So let's... I'm not casting Animar again for another turn at least. So let's, I'll trade you. You get a 3/3. And then... Do I want this Elvish Visionary, or do I want to wait and cast it on Animar later? Or after Animar? I don't know. I think I want to wait. Alright, Boreal Druid. Gonna attack with a 3/3. Alright. Better than the alternative. That's funny. Let's go ahead and attack him. We could bounce our Gilded Drake. I don't think that's a thing we want to do. I want this Animar in play. We can bounce our Gilded Drake later if that's something we want to do. Nope. Gotta do this first. Can't use it while paying for mana. What do we exile, by the way? We exiled the Karn, an All Is Dust, a World Breaker, a Crater Hoof. He's got a Worldly Tutor. He could get a Duplicate. Not sure what he hits then. What does he hit? He gets Emrakul. Can he cast that? He's got 4 card types. Yeah, I think he can. Well, running Ulamog into it doesn't really do anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not sure what that was. Alright. The 13/13 is definitely going to be a problem. You can also Venser our Animar. And not do a lot. Well, I guess you can just run our Animar into the Gilded Drake. Or the Emrakul, for that matter. I guess we can, well, and depends on what he probably wants to copy something so that we can't copy the Emrakul. A little bit mana constrained here. I think he has to copy something useless. What do you copy that's useless? You can give us another Gilded Drake, I guess, and then swap it for a Boreal Druid? I don't know. You can run Animar into Emrakul. That's not a problem. Looks like he's doing that now. Attacking with Ulamog actually is a negative for you. You don't want to attack with Ulamog. Ulamog has Indestructible. And you just exiled 20 cards from your library unnecessarily. Alright, so the mono green deck found a way to kill Animar twice. Not half bad. He really does need to copy something. Venser the Ulamog. That makes sense, actually. Can you recast the Ulamog? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, he's quite a long way from recasting the Ulamog. So Alurin doesn't do that much. Nope. Let's play a land. It's all good. Can you cast Animar with Allurin? I'm not sure how that rule works. You can cast Animar without paying his mana cost when you could cast an instant, but you still have to pay additional cost. That's what the internet says. Eternal Witness, getting back. Devoted Druid. If he resolves another Ulamog, that's really bad for us. Just a forest. Interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can't cast Animar no matter what this turn. Let's get a land here. I think we can cast Allurin. That allows us to cast it for 4 mana the following turn. He only has 1 card in hand. Do we want... We don't really want to take damage, do we? I guess it... We got 2 green, 3 green. Yeah, let's just... We'll play Allurin. What's that do? Yeah, we have to pay for. Okay, so that was an accurate ruling. We can play the elf for free afterwards. Unless he somehow gets to Ulamog here. Misses Pilgrimage. So he's getting to Ulamog next turn. It's not great for us. We need to draw something good. Acidic Slime. Oh, he can hit our Allurin. Oh. And then next turn, there's a new Emrakul coming down. Ulamog. It's Ulamog. So this has trample. He has to block here. He can't just block here. Well, if we miss Cutter, then I don't know. No, we can't. We can't get rid of our Emrakul because we need to be able to block an Ulamog. We can't play Animar because we need to play the Safekeeper, but then we're going to have to sacrifice 2 lands. Most likely. So we're going to have to find another way to win, I think. And that is going to be hard. We could play this. Does this do anything? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 5/5 with haste. He just blocks it with the acidic slime if we attack this turn. If we attack with everything, he blocks here, he blocks here, he blocks there. We get 1 damage in, and we lose our Emrakul. We could just play it out as a threat. I think it's probably fine just to get it out of our hand. I don't know as we're getting it much better here. But it doesn't have trample, so there's not much we can do there. It at least makes it, he can attack with Emrakul now. I'm pretty sure. Sylvan Library. He needs to use the Ancient Tomb in order to cast Ulamog. So the Mana Confluence is probably first to go. No. Well, thank you for doing that. Copperline Gorge is tapped. One, two, three, four, five, six. Nothing we can do there. We just have a bunch of expensive spells in our hand. I don't think you can afford to attack with Ulamog and the Emrakul. Oh, prime time is not great. He's had some pretty good draws. Not gonna lie. Hunting Wilds unkicked. I mean, couldn't he have killed me with that if he kicked him? Alright. Alright. Decides not to attack. I guess blue mana, does it matter? We don't know what we're gonna draw, so it doesn't particularly. We still can't attack. Nissa is threatening ultimate soon. So we got 1, 2, 8, or 7, 8 if we get a land with this. It doesn't cast us an Ulamog. I want the Bellower, jeez. Oh, we tried to... Man, he got off to a quick start. We tried to battle back, but it does not look like this is going to end the way we need it to. Or we'd like it to. I don't know if getting a Lauren back does anything either. Let's just get a Fierce Empath, and then you can get a Duplicate, and kill our Emrakul, and then we're dead. I'm pretty sure that's the line. I think I did everything I could. Reclamation Sage. Oh, it's an artifact creature, and it's... that does the same thing. Okay. Alright. Can we live another turn? We might be able to get back that Metamorph. And so we take 13 in the air. We can't kill Ulamog, so we might as well just block with an Elvish Visionary. Creatures with power lessened and Protector can't block it, so he can block it with that. You got more spells? Do you tap an Ancient Tomb for nothing? Let's block there. Okay. Prime time. That's pretty good. I don't know if there's some magic line that gets us out of this. We could copy the Woodland Bellower and get a... I don't know. Nothing really. 2 mana, anything special? We already played our Gilded Drake. So let's flip this guy over. I think the Metamorph is our best bet. Let's name blue again, I guess. Archmage. Kinda keeps us alive. I don't know. It's tough here. Real tough. This is... They become 6/6 elemental creatures. They're still lands. We could prime time, that just gets 2 lands. We die to Emrakul. I think we probably die anyways. But our best bet, I think, is this thing. I think we have to pay life. And then also put out the Glenelendra. Because that saves us 6 life. But then we lose this thing. Maybe that wasn't necessary. Maybe we could have saved 2 life. It's a pretty fine line. See if he's willing to ultimate that Nissa. That can make all the difference. Lands tap for mana, produce mana of the chosen color. I think we're dead even if he just doesn't. Oblivion Sower, jeez. The Sylvan Library has been drawing him really good cards lately. He hit 5 lands. Oh, because I had one of them exiled? No? He had 6 lands? It should only be 4 cards. Did I have exiled lands? Oh, I had exiled lands from Ulamog. That makes sense. Yep, okay. He sees a line. I mean, it's not that hard to see or miss. Or yeah, no, it's not that hard to see. We're very dead. We tried. We tried really hard. All right, we're just I don't want to go through all these triggers. Alright, I mean, we tried. Alright, we got match 2. We are on the play. Playing against Breya. Yeah, I'm going to try this. If the Sylvan Library doesn't resolve, we might be in some trouble. But if it does resolve, it's probably really good for us. It's vulnerable to a few more spells than a creature on turn 2. Goblin Welder. Alright, well, we hit a land. Don't believe I've ever seen Goblin Welder in a Breya deck. Probably safe to assume he's trying to combo. Dreadship Reef. So we can't generate blue mana yet. He can generate red mana. We don't want to discard. We'll be at 8 cards. We play a land. Let's go with Taiga. Oh, he's got a Force Will. Alright. No playing around that. Put a counter on the Dreadship Reef. He's down to 3 cards. What do you pitch with Force Will? Mental Misstep. Well, these are all great if the Allurin resolves. Let's just... We'll see if the Allurin resolves. Looks like not. Thirst for knowledge. Okay. All right. Is he casting Breya here? All right. I think the Fauna Shaman we should put out there. Alright, he's got a daze. That's unfortunate. No. Those are all pretty good. Do I pay 8 life? Go down to 12? To play all of these things? And have a giant creature? Do we need the land? Let's try it without the land and only go down to 4. Or go down 4. We don't really need red mana. He's out of free counter spells. These are both red mana. If we... Green... Do we need mana this turn? Yeah, probably for the Vizier. Though we know the top card is a land. Oh, we can do this thing. We can cast this. The top 3 cards of the library. One in your hand. Can we go off with Ulamog, or do we just want to Wood Elves here? We're at 3 counters, 4 counters. Oh, we can... Yeah, we can go off with Ulamog here. So let's cast face down. We can actually double Ulamog here. Yeah, because yeah, he realizes we're gonna Ulamog again. So that was pretty nuts. We just kind of obliterated Breya there, even through several counter spells, several free counter spells. All right, we got match 3. We are on the play, playing against Nissa again. We're on the play at least this time. No ramp though. I think it'd be too greedy to not to get rid of this hand. Let's just play Forest. No need to play into Wasteland. So he's got a ram spell. It's fine. It's not the worst of them. Do we want to play the Sylvan Ranger? No. Catacombs. Best play is Nissa. Priest is not as good. It's not as good for us, because Nissa doesn't actually ramp you. So I was hoping you play Nissa. This actually ramps him quite a bit. He gets to 6 next turn fairly easily. Alright, well, let's get a volcanic or tropical island and hope he can't kill Animar. Herborg, huh? Straight for duplicate. This is duplicate. I'm going to be very upset. Primetime's not much better. Alright. Do we need to Worldly Tutor for something? Let me think this out. So we Sylvan Ranger, we get a land. We only have 1 land left if we Worldly Tutor. So what do we get? We can get a mana. No, we can't cast it. We could get... No. We could Gilded Drake. and steal at prime time. He got Wasteland and Mouth of Ronom. Ugh. Alright. I think we do stop on our turn on our upkeep. Worldly Tutor. Oh. Okay, we can get an island. That's fine. Let's get Gilded Drake. Say okay. Play the Sylvan Ranger. Play the Gilded Drake. Should have got that Homeward Path. Yeah, probably. I often do that myself. I'm not going to attack. Let's turn this stop off. He can kill our Animar, but we got a prime time. I think not killing Animar would be unwise. Looks like he still has enough mana, because he gets an elf here. This is 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's elves on the battlefield. You need a snowland if you're doing this. Nissa. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Not Mouth of Ronoming. So you got Finhorn Elves. Do you have a duplicate? If so, do you kill the Primetime or do you kill the Animar? It does have a duplicate. Primetime. Alright. At least I made the decision tough for him. Alright, we get hit by a 3/3. To be expected. Let's play the Bloom Tender. I think that's all we can play. And then the Den Protector face down. Puts Animar out of range. And then that's all we can do. I'm going to take some pain here. Cavern Souls. Did he get Rampant Growth off of Nissa? Okay. Do we block with the Sylvan Ranger? Probably. Maybe I don't need to take 6 yet. I already clicked OK. Probably wasn't necessary to chump just yet. So we could flip Den Protector, tap this guy. Well, yeah, no, we flip Den Protector, get Worldly Tutor, and we have to tap the Bloom Tender for the Worldly Tutor. Alright, we can't any longer do that. Alright. It's going after our mana. Is he going to Mouth Aronum our Bloom Tender? Ouch. I'd like to have mana to play Magic with, please. Alright, well that's pretty good. We can green for red. Play the, do we want this guy or do we just want to get an island or land back? We already played a land for this turn. I think this is okay. Does attacking do anything? We're not going to block this 6/6. We could block one of the smaller guys. I think we can take 9 damage for a turn. Nine, 10, 11, 12. He's just got so much mana. Does forcing him to chump here do anything? Kind of. Soul of the Harvest has Trample next turn, so it might force him to keep things back. Ranger's Path doesn't do a lot. These tapped, okay. E-Witness for Mouth of Ronan. Does that do anything? Acid Moss. Jeez. He wants our lands. That sucks. Just want to play Magic, bro. Please attack. Yes. We'll take 9. Dryad Arbor. When we play it, we get a Rego Force. And then I mean, we're not blocking. Do we attack Nissa? attack his face. Ancient Tomb. It's got a ton of mana. Plays a Ranger's Path. It's got one card in hand. Do we actually get to play Magic here? We take 9. Go down to 5. All these double green spells, man. You can't cast any of them. I can flip this, bring back a land. And then do nothing. Yeah, I guess we're on the do nothing plan, huh? Oh, we can... Oh! Yeah. We can do this. So Woodland Velour the best? Probably. What do we get? We could kill the duplicant. Fierce Empath doesn't... That's fine. Let's look at our library before we make any stark decisions. We can Reclamation Sage, kill that thing. Or we could just block it. We could put a flyer into play, which dies. It's not casting it, so the Shardless Agent doesn't do a lot. Fauna Shaman's pretty good. It's when we cast a creature that this comes into play. So we already can't really get anything colorless. We could Fierce Empath, live another turn, and then go off if we live another turn. We got this 3/3 in the sky. I don't think he can do much more than that to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 creatures we have to block. It's fairly easy to do. So, I don't know. Probably Fierce Empath. We probably should have stacked it so we knew what we drew first. Even again. Let's get Ulamog. Alright. Not attacking. Reap and sow. Alright, you can go after our land again. But that doesn't stop the Ulamog. I guess he could get an Ayabugan himself. But then we can just Ulamog the Unless he manages to kill 2 of our lands. I guess he can Ayabugan right away. He has so much mana. So then we're facing an Ulamog ourselves, most likely. I guess we'll just wait and see what happens. The Soul of Harvest has been pretty good for us. Kind of single-handedly kept us in the game. I mean, that and Animar. Being able to cast Soul of Harvest for 2 mana. Alright, goes after a mountain. It's got 1 card in hand. Gets the Ayabugan, as expected. How many card types does he has? Why is it not saying? These are all it's sorcery, creature, land. I think there's no instance. Can he cast this turn? That would be really bad for us if that's the case. Oh my god. Oh, these Nissa decks, man, I haven't seen them in a while, and they are really strong against this deck apparently. Because he can Ulamog us. Hit all our lands. Kill Animar. We can kill Animar anyways. I don't think he had so much mana that he was able to Reap and Sow, Emrakul, use Ayabugan, and get an Emrakul and cast an Emrakul. That is nuts amounts of mana. But I think we're dead. I don't think there's any coming back from this. Like, he just has to run Animar into Emrakul, and then there's nothing we can do to come back from this game. Like, that's literally all he has to do. Failed to find. Yep, failed to find. That makes sense. I mean, yeah. All right. I can't come back from that. Let's see. See how he chooses blockers at least. Alright. Try it again. Just can't seem to do it. Alright, we got match 4. We are on the play. Playing against, wow, Akiri and Bruce Tarl. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Do we play out the Sylvan Safekeeper? If he kills it, well then he's not killing Animar. So that's fine. Definitely not going to sack a land to protect it. I think that's probably better than the Rattleclaw Mystic because Rattleclaw has such a big upside. I should have attacked. Alright, doesn't matter. But I could probably, I don't know if he would have. Done that in combat. But I should have attacked anyways. There's not really an excuse not to attack. Just beneath the top X cards, 0 cards. Alright. That sucks. He didn't know we didn't have a land. But we didn't have a land. Blink Moth. Alright. So... oh, we need this blue, don't we? That's too bad. No, we're not going to attack into a Blink Moth anyways. Alright. Ally. That doesn't actually work, unfortunately. Cavernous Souls is broken. Alright, well, Containment Priest and Umezawa's Jit doesn't work the way you want it to. Okay. Do we just... No, we want this. And then... And then this. And then Phyrexian Revoker, naming Umezawa's Jit. And then this guy for free. We get 3 mana when we untap him, but we need 2 green. Now we can't quite... world break this turn, unfortunately. I don't see a way. We could flip him, and then it's 2 mana to flip him, right? And that makes 3 mana to get the Shrieking Drake. Does that really do anything, though? Let's just go green, 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 green. Exit's 5. Say okay. And then let's not... Well, he can't use the Jit counters, can he? Unless he kills the Phyrexian Revoker, and then he can't. So if he chumps this... then he can kill some Mana Elves. No. Let's not risk it. Maybe it's a little too conservative. It's a pretty crazy turn. Since we only have 1 blue mana, we might want to just bounce this elf, the Elvish Visionary. You may destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment. Alright, so you can hit the Revoker. Let's take the Jit. We could just flip this. I don't know what we draw. So maybe we just pay 1 life for a green. And draw an island and attack for a bunch. Oh, this is... Oh, no, it's summoning sick. All right. He decided to throw in the towel. I don't know what we would have drawn. Oh, Phantasmal Mage is pretty good. And Perforos. All right. Yeah, it's... Animar is well out of the range of red removal. And then he's just red and white. Interesting deck. All right, we got match 5. We are on the play. Playing against Nissa. At least we have mana ramp this turn. And we're on the play. This is actually the same guy we played round 3. Alright, well he's got mana ramp as well. It's a pretty good card. So it's green, red, and then blue. I'm going to tap the green for it. And cast Animar. Don't think... there's a couple things he could actually have. Lignify. It's pretty much the only one. Search for tomorrow. All right. Well, we can Dreamstalker, Eternal Witness, Phyrexian Metamorph, and Eternal Witness. That doesn't really do anything, though. Creates a... Well, I mean, we can... Can Dreamstalker, Eternal Witness, get back the land. Eternal Witness again, and then we can Skull Clamp next turn. And we have a giant creature. Oh, no, we need to pay 2 mana for the Dreamstalker. So that won't work. So I guess we just Dreamstalker or Eternal Witness. We might want to copy something that he plays. It's probably better that way anyways. So let's... I don't know if the Dreamstalker really does that much. Puts another counter on it. So now Song of the Dryads is another out. He could potentially duplicate right now as well. Nissa. Nissa's kind of a good sign. Rampant growth. Land. Oops. Let's go ahead and Skull Clamp. The Eternal Witness. So we can glimpse into Priest. Dreamstalker. Do we want to copy anything? It draws us a card. The card could be a land. We could glimpse into a Priest of Titania. Or we could copy a Priest of Titania. It's probably pretty good. And Green Sun Zenith, that's pretty good. Especially since we just got all this mana here. He doesn't block. Not surprising. Alright, this is his big turn. Three visits. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 elves in play. He got a Temple of the False God. We could get Woodland Bellower into Fierce Empath, and then World Breaker. He's just leveling up. That's got to be a good sign. Makes it a 1/4. Oh, yeah, one of these left the battlefield. That's fine. It's got to be a green creature. Is there anything we can do to get an ancestral statue? So this puts it at 6 tokens. We can get a World Breaker that doesn't do that much. We can kill this land. Puts a giant creature in play. We could just Fierce Empath for less mana. We don't necessarily need the Woodland Bellower. Let me look at my library. I want to make sure we're not missing something. Soul of the Harvest, Regal Force, World Breaker, Crater Hoof. Can we Crater Hoof here? Can we just win? Alright, so this is an elf. So it actually breaks even on mana. That generates 8 mana. Adds another creature. We'll have 6 creatures in play, so everything gets plus 6, so 6. This will be 12. 6. Another 11. He's only got 4 in blocking power. Does that win? So now it's 8 mana. So we can play the Dreamstalker here for free. Or not, I mean, it's not free. Oh, we got another land drop too. So we can play the Oracle Medaya as well, which is also an elf. Let's play the Oracle Medaya. Let's play a Scalding Tarn and sack it. Let's get a Taiga. Let's get this thing. I neglected blue mana. So let's get a Breeding Pool. Pay 2 life. Yes. I don't, he didn't even see our Crater Hoof. Alright, so, Nissa is a difficult matchup, but winnable. Turn 1 ramp seems to be a pretty big part of it. Being on the play also definitely helps. And then dodging the removal. There's only a few removal cards, but if they ramp up to 6 or so, then their more removal turns on because they got the Mouth of Ronom and they got Duplicant, and if they get up to 10, they have Ulamog, and if they get up to enough, they have Emrakul, which they can, twice. He ran. We had our Animar ran into an Emrakul. So Nissa's a difficult one. I didn't expect to play against 3 Nissas. It's good to see Nissa back in the format. I like Nissa a lot. It's a great deck. I think it's really cool. And then the other 2 games we played were pretty awesome. Beating Breya that handily was pretty nice. That's actually the second Breya match I played. The first one I played was in practice, and he got mana screwed, but it looked about the same. So I don't know if that's if you can get Animar out of the way of red removal, Breya can't kill it, and none of their white or black removal can kill it, and they don't have that many bounce effects. They might Jace it or something like that, but that's just one card in their library, and they don't generally play just blue bounce spells. So it seems like it's got at least a decent matchup against Breya. In my experience, it has a decent-ish match up against the Tymnan decks. You have to be really careful though. If you misstep, they can take advantage of real quick. So you gotta play real slow against Tymnan decks and that kind of stuff. But I like the deck. It was a lot of fun. We probably could have done a little better if we hadn't played against those 2 Nissa matches. But still, those were still really interesting matches. Like, we tried really hard. We actually had quite a bit of play against them, but just eventually they just went over the top and there wasn't much I could have done there. But we definitely tried to stay in those matches. But, yeah, so let's go ahead and open up this one treasure chest. And we got Protector of the Crown. I've never seen this card before. It's a monarchy card, but there's a Through the Breach. I don't know if that's worth anything, but that's probably worth nothing because nobody's playing a 6 mana. Damage that would be dealt to you is dealt to the Protector of the Crown instead. That's interesting. All right, so thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good night.